Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Zero coming at you with episode 13 of this Rock Hill Warhawks Dynasty. Last we left off, we had just finished up our regular season against the FIU Panthers, suffering a narrow 3-point loss due to a last-second field goal in that one. And right now, it's off-season time, despite the fact that we are 6-6. We're not playing in a bowl game because, for whatever reason, that's just infinitely broken, and I can't quite say why, but we do have some honestly odd teams playing in a bowl game, like Coastal Carolina. They're 4-7. They should not have a bowl game, but for whatever reason, they are playing in a bowl game. Southern Miss 5-7, and kind of so on and so forth with all of those things happening. And anywho, the college football playoff bracket, which I will show you for the first time, has two main contenders in Oregon at number 1 and Notre Dame at number 5, for whatever reason, are the two main teams to watch out for, but they would, in fact, run into each other in the semifinal game. So we shall wait and see what happens there. But as of right now, we need to focus on recruiting and just staying on top of so many guys' boards. Last episode, we got Kyrus Peacock, the JUCO sophomore, for our right guard position, which is something that we absolutely need. We're throwing literally every possible point that we can on Elton Bundren. We're really going to need him. Marquez Ecker, we're just kind of hoping to hop up on his board. Truman trying to stay on top of his board. Same thing with Dunkel. I honestly just threw like a couple of guys down here at the bottom because, you know, we might not exactly get some of these other guys, Tavares Eaton, who I might at this point, honestly, because I do believe it is in fact week 15 right now. Yeah, it is week 15. Boston College, who is leading on him, actually. No, not Boston College, Florida State. I don't know why they're on my mind. We do have his visit scheduled for this week, so I'm going to actually remove him from our board so far. But yeah, a lot of other guys that we still really want to get. Anthony Ty, big left end, who is certainly going to be something. Number 1 on his board. Fabian Henderson, we should just get in these upcoming weeks here. Nick McPherson, not Nate, oops. Trying to say up on his board. Joe LaWork as well, getting close to a commit. Marcus Lemons staying high on his board. Tyrese Hall, the one quarterback we have on the board, trying, and I do mean trying, to stand a lot of these guys' boards right now. Taj Mayo throwing a lot of points at him because everyone else is slowly starting to climb up on those boards. Matt Peppers, same thing. Wake Forest is slowly getting on us. Shaquille Claiborne, another guy that we're just trying to stay up on, and Gideon Atamua, who I believe that's Western Michigan, who's throwing points at. We also would like to have Doug Irma, who's supposed to be a running back. We just kind of been, again, throwing points at the wall. David Schlotman, quarterback, who we could honestly use, I would say, considering our quarterback play was not all that good this season. And then Mustafa Kukwa, who we are just trying to get, because I believe that a middle linebacker committed elsewhere last episode. I'm not quite sure if that is true, though. And then we just have Rayshawn Brommel, strong safety, which he will, in fact, replace Tavares Eaton. And we're going to throw some points his way right about now. And honestly, I just love this dude's name, John Cheeks, blocking fullback. One thing about me is that I do quite honestly like fullbacks a good bit, and he is ranked 1 at his position. So he could honestly turn out to just be like a solid blocking tight end with his size, even if everything doesn't really go away and we don't need fullbacks. But with all that being said, we have 5 points to spend, and I'm not quite sure where to throw those 5 points for the time being. For now, I suppose I'll just throw them at... goodness. Because Gideon, I think I'm going... I think I'm going like 25-5, but I wasn't. Honestly, just because I want him to commit, I'll throw those last 5 points at Gideon and I mean, if we don't get him to commit, we obviously still have other prospects that are possible. For right ends, who could we possibly have? A lot of guys, in all honesty, but right now Gideon is at the top of our board, and let's just try and stay up there for him as we're going to advance to next week. And I'm not sure if we're going to get anyone to commit right this very second, but if we do, that's fine. And Ray Sean has decided to go elsewhere. That is perfectly fun. But Anthony is on his top 5 schools. That's what we like to see. So is Nick. Taj has also reached his top 5, and Brian has reached his top 8, as has David Schlotman, and we're leading on all of those guys. And I'm going to have to look for a new strong safety, at least I would, if I could recruit anyone else. But right now, college football playoff bracket, still the exact same. All projections, once again, the exact same, near enough, I'd say. Yep, the exact same. Okay, well, if anything else were to happen, here are your Heisman Trophy finalists: Shooter Sanders, Cameron Rising, Dylan Gabriel, Kyron Jones, and Gio Lopez of South Alabama. My goodness, you're a freshman, bud. What did you do this year? I am honestly concerned, because you must have had a... Jesus Christ, Gio Lopez, almost 4,000 passing yards, 35 touchdowns. You do rushing... You're a two-way guy, which I should have realized by the scrambler tendency, but you had 40 touchdowns. Wow. Alright, okay. That is something else, I suppose. But we should probably just look at our team's final stats for the season as well. Taylor Olson, just over 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 26 interceptions, and that'll be his final statistics for us, as he is a senior and is going to be gone next year. David DePool only throwing 5 passing yards and not 5 passing yards, 19 yards with 5 attempts, and one of those attempts being an interception. Spencer Strickland, who we hope to get back next year, went for just shy of 700 yards. He had 5 touchdowns as well. JBJ, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Keontae Tyson, who we had to kind of use at the end there, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cam Teague, 3 touchdowns, 117 yards. Scooter Page, who we did run the ball a slight bit with, as well, 84 yards, no touchdowns. Taylor Olson, just because of so many times he absorbed sacks, getting negative 32 yards. Receiving wise on the ball, Demetrius Williamson having a nice farewell tour of 866 yards for 6 touchdowns. The touchdown games, we honestly had our favorite targets of Williamson, Page, and Foreman, each grabbing up 6. Page, our second leading receiver on the year, with 737. Scott McLawler at 459, we're getting him and Page back, as well as Javion Foreman, hopefully, despite the fact that he does have a deal breaker there. JBJ 215, Strickland 149, CJ Peaks, who is certainly to be something. He only got 7 receptions, but 2 of them were for touchdowns, and I'm hoping that he is going to be something big come next year. Defensive side of the ball, your sack leader on the year, Taj Coles, with 8 of them, and honestly just a complete and utter anchor on our defense, and we really needed something like that. Jaren Love, who sadly will be missed as a power rusher on the inside, just kind of taking up a lot of blocks with 2.5. Kobe Garland, who we, again, I'm not sure if he's going to be kept, because he, again, has a deal breaker. Chase Freeman, who just had an all-around solid year with 80 tackles, 12 TFLs, 1 interception, and a sack, so I would honestly kind of be surprised if he wasn't first team CUSA or something, because he had a great year. We're going to lose him. We're not losing Bubba Van Claiborne, as we do get 1 more year with him. as well. Once again, would be surprised if Jaden Bowie, who had a nice farewell tour in of himself, he had 5 interceptions and a lot of yards on those too. I think he might have had a touchdown, as he had 2 touchdowns actually as well, which was very nice. The other touchdowns coming from Noah Collins Jr. and Terrell Pace. Just a lot of pick sixes, it would appear, on this team. Interception leaders, Bowie with 5, Quincy Blue, Noah Collins, and Terrell Pace all tied for 4, and then Freeman Solomon and Octavius Terrell all coming in and helping out on the year. Kicking stats, not really all that great. Ian Wells going 63%, but perfect from extra points, which is something that you definitely need, as we shall move on to the next week shortly here. I'm going to look at the staff because, I mean, we do have 1 year remaining on a lot of these guys. Both of them, actually, not a lot of them, just each 2 of them. And I mean, both are fine, despite them being just D+ and D coach prestige. I don't really think anything too bad is going to happen there. As we're going to carry on into our next week and hope to get some recruits committed. As there is Fabian Henderson coming right back in, and that's exactly what you want. We don't get Gideon, but that is certainly to be fine, as we can always pivot to a different end, hopefully, as we still do in fact have Rayshawn on our board, and I don't really see a way to take him off, as I just can't. Mustafa gets to his top 8, as does Marquez, and we are finally up on his board as well. Schlotman, who we are losing points on, but we're still number 1 on his board, and number 1 on Elton's board as well, which is always good. I just need to, hopefully, I was going to say, get back into the recruiting stages, but Cameron Rising is your Heisman Trophy winner on the year. Never mind, we're in the Birmingham Bowl this week. I don't know why it said that we weren't going to be playing a bowl game. That's weird. Why would you do that to me? That was mean. I don't quite appreciate that. That's fine. As we take a look at all the other award winners, I suppose, on the year. Player of the year, obviously, Cameron Rising. Gio Lopez coming in 5th. This dude's going to be a menace if he gets to the NFL. Because there's no guarantee of anything, but this dude is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Head coach of the year, Tristan Stanley of Oregon. Best quarterback, Cameron Rising. Defensive player, Bear Alexander. Best DB, Jaden Bowie actually gets votes on that at 6th place, which I'm honestly surprised about. Devonta Smith getting the best DB award. Best running back, Donovan Edwards of Michigan. Best receiver, Stephen McBride. Yeah, heavily doubted to see Demetrius up there. Lombardi Award for the best defensive lineman. Doubt we'd have anyone, but that is once again going to be the defensive player of the year, Bear Alexander. Johnny Unitas Award, Cameron Rising. Best DN, Jordan Burch. Best interior lineman, would not winning that one, Dylan Fairchild. Grant Kuth winning the best tight end. Royals going to Vincent Estes of Rice. Best linebacker, Michael Williams. We don't have even Chase Freeman being in consideration, and I'm just going to kind of quick fire through all these other guys. And yeah, there are your players of the year, it would appear. Let's take a look at the All-Americans on the year. I doubt that we had even one player to be voted as an All-American, but you never quite know. And that is very true. Freshman, that we'd have anyone on the freshman team, but once again, you never know. CUSA. CJ Peaks actually does get CUSA Freshman of the Year, as does Deontay Neal. So these are just guys that didn't play, then I'm assuming. That's fine. First team CUSA. Caitlin Franklin. Okay, right tackle gets CUSA. And as does Matthew Yoke. So our punter and our guard get first team all CUSA. Strickland coming in despite a injury late does get second team. And no one else is actually in there, as I feel that there are a lot of snubs, but by to say, we do have other job offers, but I am staying right here in Rock Hill, and I am going to stay put. As Brian Dunkel is going to be swindled away, it could appear by Georgia, which honestly, that's just not fine in my eyes, but not much I can really do about that. We do have a lot of guys that have signed, which I am happy about. Gideon, not going to get him, as we also are locked out on Ray Sean's board as well. But there are a lot of other guys whose boards we are climbing up on and staying up on, and that's exactly what we need at this moment. As I'm going to take a look at Tavares Eden, who we just went away with, is absolutely done at this point in time. But we are going to take a look at any other defensive ends that possibly want to be in Rock Hill. No one's offering on a lot of guys, but we're just going to take a flyer out on Braden Wooden, who is still pretty high up there. Maybe actually Rico Madden instead, because he is an athlete. He does look to be very good at what he does. Strong safety position. David Napolitano. There's going to be run support there, and while he will certainly be fine, we just got to make do with what we got here. This is going to turn out to be a longer video than I expected. But, yeah, let's face off against the Stanford Cardinals in this one. Well, playing in the Birmingham Bowl here against Stanford. Stanford noted for producing NFL talent. Like, I had names in my mind. One of those names was, in fact, Andrew Luck. A second name was Richard Sherman. Sherman, fun fact, actually was a wide receiver before me getting absolutely creamed by Tavi. He was a wide receiver at Stanford before becoming defensive back, and a huge part of the Legion of Doom, as I'm just throwing an interception like I always do, but throwing out of a sack is never easy, as it's probably just going to be worse anyway with the safety, but let's be better next time, guys. So Stanford is a much more complete team than us, and that I do know for absolute certain, but we are going to be able to just kind of get a nice game there with Keontae Tyson. That's going for 18. Despite our struggles with our passing, we have to absolutely go back to it if we want any chance of winning. Despite this, we're most likely not going to win, as I'm just going to sling that out to Javion Foreman for a quick gain. And honestly, try my damnedest to get something going here. So that's exactly what you want to happen. You almost run that ball right into a defender, but it's most likely not going anywhere anyways. Okay, halfback draw, Keontae Tyson, what we got going, that's not exactly great. 4th and 2, as always, I like to go for these kinds of things. Usually never is a good sign when I do this, but then again, Stanford gotta show them that we're going to be aggressive, and that's certainly a bad play call, as our center could not block to save his life, but our defense does get a chance to potentially shine here. Don't know if they will. I don't really know what kind of offense the Stanford Cardinals are going to run, and that is honestly just kind of a bit of bull crap right there. We should have stepped out running back at the line, but for whatever reason, the game just decided to kind of allow him to stay up and on his feet. It's another play. It's not just Freeman making a crucial tackle there, but it's kind of just delaying the inevitable at this point, I would say, as I really don't see a world in which this offense doesn't get a score. And oh, come on, game. Well, that was certainly not the kind of thing you wanted to see from your tacklers, especially a guy on this team with the ability such as Bubba Van Claiborne. It's also not the kind of thing you want to see out of your blockers, because If you can't even throw the ball to your tight end going on a drag route, then what does that say about how bad your football team is? You know, that is gotta be pass interference. Come on, guys. Williams just straight up got interfered with over the middle there. Granted, I guess it's not pass interference if I don't throw the football his way first, but it just seems stupid. I don't really know what's happening a lot of these times. That's 2 turnovers from me, but 1 turnover on downs. What you definitely don't want to have is we, as a team, just cannot bring down Ryan Butler at all. I don't know why we can't bring him down, but apparently we can, and we need to figure out a way to try and bring down this man as soon as possible. His own teammate 85 brought him down that time. Also not a good sign when your opposing team has to bring down their own players. As we have a defensive end there that's supposed to be hitting them on the edge, but he does not do any of that, actually. Let's at least get a military stop here or something.
We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody.
I would prefer you just picking that off 29 there, Nico Sullivan, but I'll take that block. I certainly don't want a repeat of the Liberty game on our hands here, but that appears to be exactly what we're heading for in this moment, as that play's going backwards for negative yards, which is not something you want to see at the moment. Let's just hike this ball and hike it as quickly as possible. Because it's positive yardage we get into Williamson, as it's something, I guess. Why stick? Just run that play and see if we can get absolutely anything. Williamson is there at 4th and 1, and I'm not too sure if that's gonna be anything good, but once again, aggressiveness is gonna probably get me killed as we run this ball. We're gonna have to go with Tyson, and he will in fact get the first down, and that'll bring us to the second quarter. Second quarter is certainly coming at you in a hurry right now, as while we are not exactly in the greatest position, that will change. Javion Foreman might have just, who would have thought he might have had enough time to break away there, but clearly I was mistaken. I'm going to actually send Williamson a corner out there to see if that is actually going to possibly help doing anything. That ball I thought was picked, as I threw that one way too early, as Williamson was not even breaking back towards the corner when I threw it. I was trying to do a spin move there to get away from 39. That did not work at all. 32. He's number 32. He's not number 39. What are you talking about, Zero? Get with the program. Tyson run a dig route. With Lawler, honestly, just get positive yardage because we need points. Once we shall, in fact, get on that drive, as we do, in fact, pick a good field goal, but is that a holding call, or we just... I mean, it is a holding call, and I'm now debating as to whether I should take it, because we did kind of just get a TFL there, I think. Decline. I'd rather take my chances, because they're going to drive down the field anyway, and no matter what happens, it's not going to be any good. That's a screen pass. That's a screen pass. That's a screen pass. That's a screen pass. That's not good at all. I will, however, take this penalty flag. Maybe not, as it's against me. But why did you show... No, these are both red, actually, so that's just why that's happening. I should have worn the alternate uniforms for this. Chase Freeman, nice tackle there, bud. But a lot of problems with tackling in this series so far, but hopefully all that can be rectified. I'm just sending a lot of guys here on a blitz.
Here's the handoff.
Get him down, Chase. This is your last game that you're going to play in your life. You're going to have to get an actual job after this, bud. I know you don't want to do that, neither do I. That, okay, I think that spot's wrong, but I do not care enough to check at the moment, as it does appear that they're just going to continue to run the football, or not actually. That ball is getting popped out. Thank you for the deflection, my friends. Exactly what we need. It was Coles, yeah, Coles is blitzing. I usually always want Couch Coles to be blitzing. Can we tackle, guys? Your hands are on the man, yet you just kind of figured how to do that. Not sure if you should forget how to do that, as it's not exactly a thing that I would think you would forget how to do. Noah Collins, that's a good block by the fullback to prevent a sack. Well, we brought a lot of pressure to try and stop him on that 3rd inches, and that was clearly a mistake. I'll tell you what isn't a mistake, slinging that ball after JBJ in the flats for 9 yards. But this whole entire game has just been mistake after mistake after mistake on my part, as I have not been playing the best football game I could be playing, as Demetrius just needs to get that block, and Foreman is basically off to the races here. We've got 3 catches for 75, and we're kind of rolling at the moment. Gonna hit the 2-minute warning very shortly here, but not soon enough, it would appear, for Stanford. Maybe not too soon enough for us. Let's see if we can get one more play off before. We should have enough time, man. Okay. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. Pick it up, Perkins. Thank you. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that fumble did not help us at all. As I'm basically just having a lot of our guys basically just go. That's what we really need right now. I gotta hike the ball, make sure it's not a penalty on us at the end here. That's just throwing it out there. We're gonna punt. That big fumble certainly cost us, since we kind of appeared to have something going there for the time being, as Chase Williams going to make a nice tackle to keep that gain at only 5, but certainly not too great when things just aren't going your way, as we just got a full lot going our way right now, as this quarterback is piecing us up. We are certainly getting that 2-piece combo with no biscuit, no drink, no nothing at the moment. We're just getting the absolute crap kicked out of us, as I thought he was just, running back was just going to run like a stop route. And why are you diving at absolutely nothing, Solomon? I hate the tackling system in this game. This football game is basically already done, and I probably should have waited to play it, in all honesty, until that's just get thrown out in a second. I should have tried to hit him a lot sooner. I probably should have waited to play this game, in all honesty, until next episode, but I wasn't even sure we were going to have a game to play this episode. This isn't great. So let's just get that catch, please, JBJ. We only got a minute left here, and you get out of bounds is, well, it's not going to really do a whole lot because we have timeouts to spare, but it's going to make me feel better about myself is what's going to happen here, actually. That's a pass that I should probably not make, as we're going to actually get paid with a nice gain there, as we somehow have 3 men miss tackles. It's a nice one happens against. Not when it happens for you. That's a blitz, which I don't like, and that's almost a fumble once again, which can you take a guess? We don't like. Well, we have way too many guys lined up there against Clemson. Don't see why you feel the need to double him. That's a pass that I just shouldn't have made in the first place. I'm not punting, Max covering it. I'm running it up the gut with Tyson because I have to have faith in us. We have enough timeouts to spare, and we're going to get the first down, actually. We're going to just hurry our guys back up to the line. I'm not going to run all go. That would just be foolhardy. Foreman run a slant. Just kind of have everyone run a lot of things. Williamson just make that catch, but you didn't even want to do that. You didn't even give me the satisfaction to make that damn catch, could you? That's fine, though. We're just going to send like a lot of guys on weird routes. That's a blitz immediately. what was that? I saw that guy coming off the edge, but couldn't quite do a damn thing about it.
Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch.
As I'm trying to hit Tyson over there, but we are just like not blocking these guys or not seeing them come off the edge. It's something. So I don't quite get it. Well, final play before halftime. It appears to be either a fake handoff, and it is a fake. Not a fake handoff, a fake jet sweep, but that's going to be the end of the. Well, the first half is all wrapped up in a nice little bow, and that bow right now is honestly just kind of laughing at us as Chase Freeman absolutely takes a dude's head off with that tackle. But you're down by 28. I mean, you don't really get a whole lot of victories, but we'll take moral victories to this point, and that certainly isn't even a moral victory, as Chase Freeman was inches away from getting a sack there, and I'm just once again bringing a hell of a lot of pressure because I don't really care a whole lot if you are passing football. If it looks like a run, I'm going to switch away from whatever I'm doing, because once again, this looks like a run, I'm switching away, I'm bringing pressure, because I know for a fact that at worst, we could possibly be getting something here, like a sack, but our corners just aren't equipped to deal with the kind of receivers that the Stanford offense possesses. Does it suck? Absolutely, certainly, yes. Do I hate it with every fiber of my being? Also, yes, but it gives me like a sliver of hope in the back of my mind, you know, that we might have something. We might have something a bit better, okay? Like that. That's a play that we need to have happen a lot more. Okay, concept man blitz. Casino blitz is probably just like a bad idea in all honesty. Let's go cover 3 match instead because they're 1,000,000% throwing the football right now. I gotta win with them. Weeks is going to get a sack and at least make the field goal a little bit more difficult for him. Yeah, that little bit more difficult field goal only meant to be a 38, and they obviously hit that, but not much can be done, I suppose, in terms of those types of things. I really wish that we knew how to block a guy. It would be nice if we knew how to block a guy. We apparently don't, and we never will, I feel, as we're just going to get our asses handed to us at every possible point imaginable and just throw the ball into, like, quadruple coverage. It's fine. It's fine. It's so not fine, but it's fine. You really think about it, it's fine. It's all fine. In the grand scheme of things, that's a screen pass. Can we at least like attempt to get the blockers if we pump the ball away once again? As we are back on defense once again and just gonna kind of run a hell of a lot of man blitzes for the time being. And that's a big sack from Taj Cole's getting his 9th on the year. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Linebacker blitz for the win at the moment, I suppose. Because right now, I mean, if it can get a sack, then we'll take a sack. And if plays like that also happen, then we will also take plays like that. Because let's just do 1-yard rush, and then it sets up plays like this, where it's either they're passing it or they're running a draw play, which is just absolutely stupid for whatever reason. Or they're just going to throw it deep and hit their guy because we cannot defend. And flashbacks to the Jacksonville State game with that one, as Collins Jr. just, as we get tackled behind the line right there, Tyson going, no. Collins Jr. looking a lot like freaking Terrell at the moment. But we can't really take too many long looks at that, as we gotta get into this and get into it right now. That ball is, yeah, I didn't really think that ball was going to be anything, because we're not throwing any good passes with Tyler Olsen at the moment. I legitimately thought I flipped that play to go over this way. We'd have a lot more possibilities going this way instead, in the screen pass, which in of itself is still probably going to go absolutely nowhere, and that is exactly what has happened. It's 4th and 4. I don't really care enough at this point. The game's done. It's over. I want to score at least a touchdown or something. So let's just go for it at this point. Scooter Page at least is making a catch to allow this drive to continue, and that is kind of all we really need at the moment. Just continuation of drives, because meanwhile we are going to 1,000,000% lose this game. First downs do get us like 10 coach experience points, and I will take all of those points that I can get, as we certainly need a lot of them. Just catch that ball, please, McLawler, and you somehow do. I thought with that guy coming over the middle, you were going to get absolutely rocked, but you somehow didn't, which is good. Gunderson, go for a block. This is a play-action play, which means we're probably going to get lit up. We don't somehow. Never mind. I thought we were going to kind of hold for half a second. That's fine. At least we didn't get lit up instantly. That's a win in my book, I suppose. This is a very good draw play. It's 11 yards? No, 13 yards, because it was 2nd and 22. It's 3rd and 9 now. Maths. What else do we have? Page. Honestly, you want to go, please. Just kind of send all of our guys deep that we can. Absolutely launch that ball. And Foreman not going to be able to catch that. Let's just attempt a field goal. Field goal, they're going to fall just a bit short, as the absolute suckfest that is this game continues. As we have 2 guys simultaneously on the running back and still can't bring him down. This is going to bring us to the 4th. Birmingham Bowl, really not our best showing in the first bowl game of our tiny little program here, but Bo Van Claiborne at least is getting TFL, and if Stanford does want to keep on running the football here, they can certainly do that for the time being. Exactly what they're doing is we barely tackle them behind the line, forcing the first punt out of Stanford in this one. So that punt does in fact go into the end zone, leaving us down at the 20. Please just kind of get open, Cam Teague, as that's going to be a little positive gain for the time being, as I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, we're just putting our backups out there, which is completely fair at this point, I'd say. We don't really have a whole lot to play for at this point. Game's done, game's over, it's the 4th. Not much we can really do. David DePool, though, is always getting some practice for next year, where he will be our outright starting quarterback. Williamson actually is going to come in for one set of downs for whatever reason, as that ball I was certain was going to be picked off. Isn't. And we get to fight another day, it would appear. I'm going to flip this play immediately, as we have no space over there on that left-hand side. We're going to hit absolutely anyone we are. We're going to hit Cam Teague. He's going to get the first down. A little bit of speed there. And while it may seem weird, we are actually in our best field position in a while, honestly, which is pretty solid, I would say. I saw him too late. I saw everyone just kind of vacate that spot there. And the man was open, but my brain certainly was not. I'm going to play action pass here and get immediately gobsmacked, as we cannot block Anthony Franklin right there. Just get some positive yards, please, guys. That's... don't really think I'm... I was going to say, I don't think I'm asking for much, but when you get sacked 7 times in a game, things just aren't going to go your way. The game right now is absolutely done, and there's no denying that, but I would kind of just hope that we would have scored 1 touchdown. As I said earlier in the video that I didn't want it to be the exact same as the Liberty game. This is just Liberty 2.0 we're facing here, basically, in terms of how the game's going. This is going to be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Going to be a jet sweep. Nope. Big jet sweep. And this will take us to the 2. Using timeouts completely pointless. As it will be a 4th and inches, but that is most definitely not going to help us at all. Final couple plays on offense here. Nothing absolutely going to happen. Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves out there today, guys, as it is us almost embarrassing ourselves, but Young actually somehow manages to catch that football. Not sure how you do it, LJ Young, but thank you. Most certainly. Let's just keep slinging this football, keep trying to do something. That's going to be a nice game from, is it Miriam? I don't, Tanner Millam. It's a junior out of Wisconsin, okay. Wisconsin is nowhere near Middle Tennessee, which is the team that we took away from the CUSA, or even near Rock Hill. Let's just slide down, David. Down to 41. That's not going to stop us. I'm just letting the clock run at this point. Basically, just like an advanced 2-minute drill. You don't have any timeouts. See what you can do with it. What I can do with it is not a whole lot, as we'll launch that ball up, and LJ Young's actually going to go ahead and grab it. Now I'm calling a timeout because I just want to score at this point, dude. Scoring would certainly be fun. Not sure if anyone said that before, but scoring's fun. A lot of people will tell you that. Let's just like this football, try and get something. Let's just get to the line here, guys. Get to the line, get to the line, get to the line. Like the football, get to the line. But that's picked off, and if that doesn't describe this game in a nutshell, I don't know what does. 41-3 your final score on this one. The Birmingham Bowl does not go our way. Well, after a lot of simulating in this one, it appears that it'll be Oregon versus Michigan in the national championship game. Ohio and Rice, honestly, falling just short in their semifinal games. Ohio State just cannot seem to climb the mountain that is Michigan. In this one, I initially was just kind of waiting and hoping that I would be able to throw points at recruits once again, but that has not happened. So, what will the national title game certainly bring us in this one, as we're just downgrading on a whole lot of things? What are the top stories? Oregon in overtime gets it done. 28-20, Oregon, your national champions. And we are at the end of season recap here. So, with all that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, as we are just kind of looking at a lot of guys here who are potentially transferring, and I certainly don't want that. Cameron Teague, oh my goodness, I would really like Javion Foreman playing style. Dude, please come back. Foreman not persuaded. That is honestly not too good. Coach Prestige, I'm at a D+. Haynes, buddy, please. Not persuaded. Garland. Playing style, please. Not persuaded. I am not persuading absolutely anyone in this little thing. Hey, Weeks, you've decided to stay. Thank you, buddy. Is that legitimately it? I mean, Teague, I kind of feel I can let go. Well, that kind of sucks. But yeah, with all that being said, here are the people that are leaving for the year. So Chase Freeman and Demetrius Williamson, you two are the absolute leaders on this team. You will certainly be missed. Jaden Bowie, fantastic plays on defense this year. Sad to see you go. Tyler Olson, Mr. Up and Down. That's what I'm going to call you. And just like a hell of a lot of other guys, in all honesty, as well. So, yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you did, do what you want. Can't make you do anything, and I will see all you guys in the next one. Peace.